Petrelli going from P21, your championship leader. Fernando Bajosa in P22 with Gabarini and Ramadhipa on road. And we do go race, and it's a great start for Petrelli from the front row of the grid from 3rd place as he looks to take the lead on the run to turn 1. How will that hold though on the braking zone 2, turn 1 now? Karpushin as well put himself into potential podium positions. Carlos Cano already getting his elbows out on the run to turn 1. The launch of the move now is the rest of the field. Alvaro Lucas losing a little bit of ground himself. Of course, at Mazzano, a big high side. It's not affecting his confidence at all as he looks for a move over at turn 5. He thinks better of it. You need to lose around the second in that sector. Otherwise, you will be slapped with a penalty for it. As you see a few more moves being made over at turn 10. Definitely a hot spot in the European Talent Cup class. As well, they will need to keep in mind, they're both from the Pacino Racing squad, and the last thing they're going to want to do is collide or make any sort of contact with each other. But certainly it's been those two in the top 2 for majority of this race in the last couple of laps. As now Carlos Cano puts a stop to that as he enters P2.
As it looks like Cano, he doesn't this time. Actually, he's defending from Alvaro Lucas and Travis Borg right behind him, but he does hold on to that provisional spot.
We do continue on. 5 and a bit laps to go. We soon enter the last handful of laps.
Let's see how these different strategies play out. One thing to note, we are approaching 2/3 race distance, so if a red flag was to come out, results would be called, race would be called, full points awarded. We see Travis Borg going up the inside, Frankie Lou Sanchez and Petrelli. Yeah, we had confirmation of the number 55 being involved in that crash at turn 10. A shame for both of them as they were enjoying very strong races. We see Borelli look like he was going to try a move for P1, but decided against it, settles for P2.
You can just see walking away from the gravel track. Carlos Cano dropping down the order yet again. And Ramadhipa, what year it's been for him, of course, took his first win over at Magny Cours of the season, and what a victory it was. He's shown that he can be aggressive on this last lap, as has Alvaro Lucas as he goes back up the inside at turn 10. Longarella sitting in podium position, sitting in 3rd place, and of course these little incidents, these collisions are putting less and less riders in this group, therefore there's less people for you to get mixed up in. But Lucas running wide, and now he drops down to P3, promoting the likes of Ramadhipa back into the lead.
To take the lead of this race with 4 laps to go. Unlikely he's going to hold that on this long run into turn 1 with the slipstream that his rivals will get, as Carlos Cano once again taking the normal racing line, although we see the number 51 of Daquan also take that line, but it's Borelli who holds P1 on the entry into turn 1.
Yeah, great turn 1 for Borelli. Alvaro Lucas continuing to lose some positions, though we do though on these final 2 laps. It's certainly building to be a showstopper in the European Talent Cup. Will it be Cano? Will it be Ramadhipa? Could it even be Tassini? We're going to have to wait and find out as Ramadhipa hits the front.
Ramadhipa hitting the front at turn 1. We've seen him be at the front of the field throughout this race, despite that penalty that he was given. It's a remarkable
one yet again, but Carlos Cano, the number 1, is on the attack. Watch for Alvaro Lucas as well on the 46 CF Moto Machine. Now tipping into turn 1, it is Carlos Cano who leads the way.
Leading out of turn 1, he'll be vulnerable down into turn 5. You would think the field will close up on him, and if he remains in P1,
so not what he'd be hoping for at all. As we do continue on at the front of things, Borelli now back down to P8, P9 after that error. But Carlos Cano, 2 corners now remain. Will it be himself or Ramadhipa? Could it be a last corner move? The 32 looks up the inside, but Cano swoops round, and it is going to be Carlos Cano who takes victory, or will it be? It's a drag race, it's a photo finish at the line, and we await to see on the timing screens who is it going to be. Ramadhipa showing 7,000ths of a second. Carlos Cano, 2nd place for himself, but a massive day in the championship. Ramadhipa, what a fight that was for Ramadhipa. Celebrations begin. Here's your race winner though, Ramadhipa. What a moment it is. He's in disbelief, I think it's fair to say, emotional to say the very least. Is P1, Bull gets technical checks done. Of course, P4 in the, where it's going to be an all-out title decider.